the White House dodging questions on President Joe Biden's classification document scandal. Roll tape.
Before the FBI searched, President Biden went to his house in Wilmington. What was he doing in there?
I would refer you to the White House counsel.
Do you think that this story was leaked by someone trying to bruise the president politically ahead of a re-election announcement?
I would refer you to the White House counsel's office.
Why did he do it?
I would refer you to the White House counsel's office.
Why did he smuggle it out?
I will let the statement of the president stand for itself. I'm just not going to go into down a rabbit hole with you on this.
Peter is right. He smuggled it out. And now classified documents are discovered at the home of former Vice President Mike Pence.
Monica Crowley served as Assistant Treasurer Secretary under President Trump and hosts the Monica Crowley podcast, which I love. And she joins us now. Monica, great to see you this morning.
Good morning, guys. Great to be with you.
So what do you make of Mike Pence saying, I have classified documents as well? Why now?
Is there any place in America where our nation's secrets aren't, guys? I mean, I think that might be a critical question here. Look, there are two tracks. There's a legal track, and now that we see that there are three high-profile, high-level individuals who have classified material at various locations, it might actually neutralize the possibility of prosecution of any of them. Right. But there's also a political track as well, and I think what we're seeing now is all kinds of questions about what kinds of material we're talking about. Yes, there should be a standard that is equally applied across the board to all high-profile and high-level individuals in the government. But there is an overclassification problem in the government. I mean, when I was at Treasury, if you took a piece of paper and wrote "and," that they could classify that. Again, I'm over-exaggerating to make the point, but it does matter what these documents are and what they involve. It also is extremely important in terms of how tight they were controlled. For example, in President Trump's case, they were under lock and key at Mar-a-Lago, Secret Service presence. In Mike Pence's case, the boxes were not open. But in Joe Biden's case, and he is the sitting president of the United States and commander-in-chief, making national security decisions for this country, those files were thrown willy-nilly in random cardboard boxes in his garage next to his Corvette. We need to know who had access to those documents. We also need to know if his son Hunter, who we know has a long and troubled history of drug addiction, was living in that house at the time. Did he have access to those documents? Our colleague and friend Miranda Devine of the New York Post had a great column the other day where she identified one particular email from Hunter to his business partner in April of 2014, right before Joe Biden traveled to Ukraine to meet with the then prime minister. This email is 22 points long and very detailed about Ukraine's internal political situation, conditions on the ground there. This was highly sophisticated political analysis, way beyond the intellectual capabilities of Hunter Biden. And so the question needs to be raised, did Hunter Biden, who had no security clearance, have access to those documents, and did he leverage those documents for the Biden family's personal international business dealings? If the answer to that is yes, and hopefully we'll have an honest investigation into this, but if the answer is yes, it is lights out for Joe Biden.
Right. We'll see what these documents say with Mike Pence. We still don't know what's happening with Donald Trump. We don't see what happens with Joe Biden. But bottom line is, out of all the court cases Donald Trump has to deal with, I don't think he has to worry about this anymore. Monica, thanks so much.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.